Before we dive into the advanced controls of MoTT, there's an important concept we need to understand, and that is the difference between downward and upward compression. The most common type of compression is known as downward compression. This is like what we teach in the Ultimate Guide to Compression on Slate Academy. We're going to get a little bit technical in this video, so if you need to brush up on any of your compression basics, be sure to check out that course first. I like to look at the Kilohertz Dynamics plugin to help understand what's going on here visually. So downward compression is your standard style of compression. This is when you set a threshold and the signal goes above that threshold, it gets turned down by a set ratio. However, we also have a second threshold. This threshold is going to apply upward compression when we fall below the threshold. You can see how it's turning up the signal after it falls below the threshold. This is the core concept of how MoTT works. You can see we have two thresholds here on each band. This is the above threshold. Everything above this will apply downward compression. This is the below threshold. Everything below this will apply upward compression. Don't worry if this is a bit confusing. It's just important to note that you have two independent dynamics processors on each band of MoTT. You can also see on the analyzers that sometimes the signal is turned down, sometimes it's turned up, based on where we have our threshold set. So on this low band, we can see that when it crosses over this above threshold, we're getting gain reduction. However, if we turn up the threshold on the below, it's actually turning up the low frequencies. If this is a little bit confusing, don't worry. It's just to understand the general concept of upward and downward compression. If you have tooltips on in MoTT, it's really helpful. It shows you which is the downward compression and which is the upward compression threshold.